Ghosts, are they real? Have you ever seen one? Have you ever interacted with one? Have you held one in your arms and danced with it? Well, neither have I. However, imagine for a second standing face to face with something you cannot explain. Someone who appears vividly real yet defies reality itself. Imagine the confusion, the excitement, and ultimately the terror of realizing you've stepped into a world that exists only within your own mind. Tonight, I'm going to share with you a story that will challenge your perception of reality. This isn't your average ghost story, nor is it a typical cautionary tale. This is about my friend Jake, a good-hearted guy who never believed anything supernatural, who scoffed at stories of ghosts and spirits. But one night, his skepticism was shattered in the most horrifying way, and I was there, watching helplessly as Jake went through something that no one should ever experience. If you're new here, this channel is dedicated to providing powerful stories, valuable insights, and practical tools to help those struggling with addiction and their loved ones. Here, we share real experiences, offer guidance, and build a supportive community to empower and inspire meaningful change. If you find value in these stories and resources, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell icon. You'll be alerted immediately when new videos and vital resources become available. Your support helps us reach more people who desperately need this lifeline. Now let's return to Jake's story. This story reminds me of why understanding and confronting addiction is not only a good idea but also critical. It started like any other Friday evening. Jake and I received an invitation to a downtown party. Nothing unusual about that. Jake was always the type of guy who thrived in social settings. Charismatic, witty, always the center of attention. Jake had recently been under a lot of stress though. Pressure from work, relationship issues, and the general challenges of life had worn him down. As we prepared for the party, I noticed something off about Jake. He seemed restless, eager for distraction, desperate to forget about reality even just for one night. As we approached the venue, music and laughter echoed out into the street, promising an evening full of excitement and escape. Little did we know this night would become unforgettable for reasons we could never have anticipated. Inside the party, lights flashed in rhythm with the pulsating music. Bodies moved in hypnotic patterns. A sea of faces illuminated by colored light. The energy was intoxicating and Jake quickly disappeared into the crowd, blending effortlessly into the rhythm of the night. Then, amidst the chaos, someone approached Jake, someone neither of us recognized clearly. This person handed Jake a small glittering pill, promising it would give him an experience like no other. They called it Molly, a drug known for inducing feelings of euphoria, connection, and intense emotional sensations. Jake hesitated, glanced at me, his eyes seeking approval or maybe a warning. I shook my head subtly, trying to convey caution, but the desire for escape overcame his better judgment. He took the pill, swallowing it quickly, stepping willingly into an unknown world of illusion and altered perceptions. Initially, Jake seemed unstoppable. He danced energetically, laughed uncontrollably, and seemed happier than I'd seen him in a long time. The colors around him were brighter, the music richer, each moment amplified by the substance now coursing through his veins. But soon, something changed. Jake's eyes grew wide, confusion replacing his joy, as the reality around him began to distort dramatically. Faces of familiar friends warped grotesquely. Voices echoed unnaturally, and Jake's once vibrant demeanor shifted toward anxiety. That's when he saw her. Across the crowded room stood a strikingly beautiful woman, radiant in shimmering red dress. Her dark hair cascaded down her shoulders, and her piercing blue eyes locked directly onto Jake's. She introduced herself as Molly. The coincidence of her name seemed lost on Jake in his altered state. Instantly captivated, Jake and Molly danced closely, whispering intimately as if they were the only two people present. Soon, they slipped away together, leaving the crowded party behind. Concerned for Jake, I discreetly followed, watching as the pair wandered into the quiet streets. The city felt eerily silent compared to the chaos we'd left behind. Jake seemed utterly entranced by Molly. Their laughter filled the night, their connection seemed profound. However, I noticed Jake behaving oddly. Ignoring my attempts to engage with him, he spoke passionately, but only to Molly, who seemed simultaneously present and strangely distant. Suddenly, Jake stopped, his eyes widening in panic. He reached out desperately toward Molly, his hand passing through her as though she were made of air. His voice trembled as he asked, "Are you a ghost?" Her reply was hauntingly calm. "Does it matter?" And then, without another word, she vanished. Jake's panic escalated rapidly. He spun around, shouting Molly's name, unable to accept her disappearance. We rushed back to the party, but reality had fractured irreparably for Jake. He stumbled through the crowd, seeing twisted faces, distorted images, and experiencing terrifying hallucinations. His breathing became erratic. His body trembled, and suddenly, Jake collapsed onto the floor, convulsing violently. Paramedics arrived swiftly, their faces grim as they stabilized Jake, repeatedly hearing his delirious whispers, "Molly, where is Molly?" Hours later, in the sterile whiteness of a hospital room, Jake awoke disoriented and afraid. His first words were about Molly. With heavy sadness, I revealed to him the painful truth. Molly wasn't a real person. She was a hallucination brought on by the contaminated drug Jake had taken. The realization devastated him. Doctors explained how close Jake had come to losing his life. The drug he ingested was laced with powerful and unpredictable hallucinogens, nearly causing irreversible damage. In the weeks following this nightmare, Jake faced significant consequences. He grappled with crushing medical bills, strained friendships, and painful legal trouble. Court-mandated counseling sessions forced Jake to confront the consequences of his reckless decision, a stark reminder of how quickly a single choice could spiral into disaster. This isn't just a ghost story, it's a cautionary tale about the dangerous allure of drugs. Molly, both the woman and the pill, symbolized the seductive illusion offering escape, excitement, and connection, but ultimately delivering fear, despair, and destruction. Jake survived to share his story, but not everyone gets that second chance. Remember Jake's experience the next time temptation knocks at your door. Remember the illusion, remember the reality, and remember, some ghost stories don't end with waking up. That was Jake's story. Jake is doing fine today. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you. Here we are all about recovery from addiction. Addiction can be terrifying and isolating, but it doesn't have to control your life. That's exactly why we created the 7-day Addiction Recovery Journal. It's perfect for anyone who's ready to start their recovery journey, but isn't sure how. Over the course of 7 days, this guided journal helps you identify your triggers, set clear goals, and track your progress as you take those crucial first steps towards recovery. It's free, and the download link is in the description. Then for those committed to making lasting change, there is the 30-day Addiction Recovery Journal. This comprehensive guide provides deeper insights, daily exercises, and thoughtful prompts to reinforce your recovery journey, offering consistent support as you rebuild your life. But the crown jewel of our resources at this time is the ultimate guide to addiction recovery. This is not just a book, it's your personal roadmap to lasting freedom from addiction. Within its pages, you'll find carefully structured insights that guide you through every phase of your recovery. It is available in PDF, physical and audio format. From understanding the root causes of addiction to actionable strategies for overcoming cravings, building relationships, and reclaiming your life, this guide covers it all. The ultimate guide to addiction recovery provides a detailed, empathetic, and practical approach, grounded in real-life experiences and expert advice. Each chapter offers powerful tools, reflective exercises, and personal testimonials designed to empower and inspire you. You'll discover proven methods for creating lasting change, building resilience, and maintaining your recovery long term. This book is more than just information. It's transformation. It equips you with the confidence, clarity, and courage needed to face addiction head-on and reclaim control of your life. Whether you're struggling yourself or supporting someone who is, this guide will be your constant companion, your mentor, and your greatest ally in the fight against addiction.